Hoping everyone will hear me.
You of
But
all
yeah.
people, I thought that was one of your favorite movies.
Dude, I'm telling you, there's so many movies that I don't know that people are just
No,
shocked.
that's like your favorite.
Which
That's
one
your
is it?
ultimate. It's like playing with my brother's kids or something around here. He's like, "Would you quit that?" He's like, "Would you quit that, John?" Or whatever. He said, "Now, damn it." I don't even know what he says, but it's Billy Bob Thornton in one of your all time like favorite, and he's like, "Man, it's like playing cards with my brother's kids or something." And
I
that
think.
is from that is Billy Bob Thornton in Tombstone.
What? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Where he was sitting as the dealer. Dude, I forgot that was Billy Bob Thornton. That's why.
I've been jamming a Tupac tonight.
That's crazy. I was just talking about him last night on Call of Duty. Some
Call of
kids,
Duty.
some young bucks were talking about Tupac. They just found him.
They just found him.
Yeah, and I was just like,
God
man.
bless.
Yeah, I'm like,
You're like
man.
start rattling off songs. You're like, check this one,
Yeah,
check this one, check this one, check this.
me and my buddy Alan were just sitting there singing Tupac songs the rest of the fucking game, like the whole night,
Oh,
though. You know, here, dude, check this out. I'm gonna show this really fast, just because you were talking about it earlier, and I'm gonna show it. Damn it!
dude,
Check
the
this
best
out.
guy is Shock G. Oh boy,
What?
a Shock G, the one who put the satin on
Huh?
your panties. Like,
I didn't. I
Shock
wanted to.
G is the guy who was from the Humpty Dance, the fake nose. That's his name.
Why can't I get it to show what I wanted to show? What do
Yeah.
you
So
guys? What
I
do you
was
guys
listening.
see?
While I was listening to your podcast, I can see your screen. I mean,
Just
I
my
can
desktop.
see yeah, I can see your whole desktop and I can see that you're playing the world.
Oh,
I'm going to go pull up and see what YouTube looks like,
you
but
see
hey,
it
as
now?
long as we got it side by side, which yeah, it's showing perfectly. That's good. Now, we can't I don't think we can hear your sound.
Yeah, no, I muted it actually.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because
Just checking.
I didn't want that to overkill, like background style. But what I really wanted to just show was like, check this out. Right at the beginning here, you can see it. Look at all those
Wait, all
lightning
I can see
strikes.
is your screensaver of a little girl on a tractor.
Oh, that's Dakota. Okay,
True
that's
story.
no, that's why I was asking. I
Here we
didn't
go.
know what you
So
could see.
I was
So hang
listening.
on.
Let me preface that I was listening to your podcast this morning on my ride, and you
On
talked
the right,
about
I can
lightning kind
feel
of
the pedal.
striking you like an aha moment. And you said if you haven't seen lightning strikes from the space station,
The ISS.
then you should check it out. And I never got to check it out, but I was hoping you would pull it up. And here it goes: a
Check this
fireball
out.
has been spotted entering the Earth's atmosphere.
Yeah, look at
Johnny,
this.
Houston, we have a problem. It's
You
like,
see that?
no.
That was just a freaking meteor, just a big, huge freaking. Okay, here's some lightning.
Hold on a minute.
Look at all that. Look at that.
What? Oh, that
Those are
I'm.
each individual strikes in like real time, bro.
I don't. Oh, those like little flashes.
That's every single individual lightning
Am I
strike.
not seeing something here? I think it's like
Yeah,
the way it's
those little
buffering. I
tiny
don't really.
flashes, those pip, 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 those little sparks.
Yeah.
That's like hundreds and hundreds of lightning strikes
What's
per
that? The
second.
California fires?
No, that went to the night side, so that's what it looks like at night.
That's lightning.
No, no, that's the cities, the lights in
Yeah.
the cities
Okay.
and
I
shit.
was like, what?
Here, we'll see some lightning coming up. See the clouds, the white?
Yeah.
Look in the white. You'll see lightning strikes when you get into some of the white clouds here. Not any there. I don't see any
Yeah.
here. But it was at the beginning was the best part. So
Whoa.
here,
The
let me
event
replay it.
horizon.
Okay, now watch for just little sparks. It's like little you'll see little like flashes of light all over the place in these white clouds coming up. Ready? Okay, wait.
uh,
No, we got to do the fireball first. Okay, now look. Now look for they're coming up, coming up. I'll tell you when.
I
All right,
mean,
you see it? See it? Here they come.
no.
Look up at the top on the
Up at
upper
the top.
left.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay.
see all these flashes?
I think it's buffering out because I can't see it. Like I don't know.
You don't
Maybe
see
I'm
all
not.
those flashes?
Oh, there's one up. I saw one up to the top. Oh, I see one over there now. Okay,
Yeah,
I see
there's
some
so
stuff.
many. There's like hundreds and
There
hundreds.
you
It's like
go. That's
all over the
really
place,
cool.
like hundreds a second.
What I
Like
thought I
it's
was going to be seeing
insane.
was like, you know,
No, no, you just see
freaking beams,
flashes.
laser
No, because
beams.
you're like 150 miles above the clouds or more. I
Mm.
don't remember exactly how high above like the actual cloud layers the ISS is, but you're like so freaking high above the clouds.
Yeah.
Everything looks like, ants or like some sort of weird, you know, depiction of what it looks like on the ground. Like you can actually see the continents, the shapes of them and shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy awesome.
I heard some really
That's why I love space, man. It's just so
really cool
sexy.
things about like the guy that English guard laying on his face.
The CBS Evening News.
Evening news.
Yeah.
I think I read something
Take that.
about this being up in space and whatnot, and how the astronaut. Maybe you were telling me, but the astronauts, like once they get up there, and then they see, back on Earth, then they have this weird
perspective shift
thing, like I need to get back type of thing. It's almost like being too far away from.
Well, that's
home,
not
so
where I
to
thought you were
speak.
going with it.
No, I know. It was the opposite of what I thought too. Yes, there's
Yeah.
perspective, and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
it was something to the fact that like they were so far away from like almost home. It was this weird feeling to be that far away from everybody. Like
I could see that.
yeah, it was, and I'm not putting it into words right, but it was
A lot of kids have that when they go to college, for Christ's sake.
I had that surprisingly enough.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
Which is strange because for me, all I wanted to do was get out of
Get
there.
the hell out of Dodge.
So I get into this dorm room.
That's what a
and
lot of kids
it's
thought,
me and
though.
some guy, that I
And he's staring you down.
Damon,
What are you
yeah,
looking
and
at?
we're in this little room, and Damon from like the South Side, and we became buddies.
That's awesome.
Well, to some extent, we were buddies. The one
had
thing
to be.
he rushed a fraternity. I think I told you this, but he rushed a fraternity, and I was rushing a fraternity, and we had 44 people in our pledge class. It was the biggest class that our house had ever.
It's awesome.
And we like made this DKI house into something cool that it wasn't, I suppose.
Yeah, buddy.
They had 5. And it was a black fraternity, and there were only 5, and they had to be together the entire time. So they just camped out in my room, all 5 of them.
Oh, I do remember this story now.
There. Yeah, I was never there. So I would come back randomly, like from time to time. There'd be like people laying on my bed, sleeping all over the place. And they'd be like, "Man, get off Joel's bed. What are you doing? Get out of there." And I'm like, "I don't care, man. I'm gonna grab a sandwich and get out of here."
Yeah, I just gotta grab some new undies, and I'm gone.
But every time I showed up at any of their parties, they're like, "Bring him in. Like he's cool. It was awesome. I was like in, and my friends are like, "How do you know these guys?" I'm like, "That's my roommate, man."
Don't worry, we're going to the back door.
Yeah, we're good. Big country.
We got VIP
entrance.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say like the biggest dude, probably the baddest looking motherfucker, and you're like, "Hey, what's up, big country?" And he's like, "Hey, Joe."
Yeah,
high five you. And you just
exactly
walk
what
right
it was.
in.
My buddies are
I'm
like,
"What the fuck?"
"Are we cool too?" I'm like, "You're good." And
That's the best.
then you'd be like drunk Joel, so you'd be like slapping them on the ass too. Like usually not comfortable with that stuff, but like for some reason they would allow me to do it.
Yeah. Well, they just felt bad for you. They're like,
because you're just like they know this guy's harmless, right?
Yeah,
like
don't
he's
worry
not
about him.
gonna do anything. The guy's a goofball.
Don't worry about him.
Yeah,
He's good. He's harmless. He's just hammered.
Glory days, man. Glory days. I got off to
just
college,
hammered.
and it was all of a sudden I played intramurals, and I was like the man.
Oh, dude, I loved
It was
intramurals
so fun.
too. It was the best.
Yeah,
It was like all the athletes that just said "fuck it," went to intramurals, and it was just like
yeah. It was all
a
the
throwdown session.
any of the kids that like probably could have played or like maybe
pro.
even were playing.
Yeah, fuck yeah,
were
dude.
playing that like just didn't want to do it anymore and just said,
that's what I'm
screw it.
saying.
Yeah, that's exactly
They
right.
hit intramurals, and it was just dope.
Oh, I had so much fun, man. I was just looking at some of the old pictures. We won floor hockey. We won football.
See?
We had
Those are the
tugs.
sports you can't
Tug
play.
of-
Well, I guess you could play.
We
but
had tugs at Greek weekend where we tugged across this big pond, and they would be like, it was the coolest weekend. They'd be like 1 flag down, and they would put 1 flag down. They'd be like 2 flags down, and there'd be a wait, and all of a sudden the shotgun would be like boom, and like and there was like technique. We had big men and little men, so there were 2 different things. And my buddy Justin coached it, and we ended up winning. And it was like, I don't know, it was just the coolest feeling.
Isn't it like a pro sport in fucking Scotland or some shit?
I would imagine.
It's something like that, dude, or like Norway, like the ex-Vikings do it now.
Speaking of pro sports, so I texted you the other day. I'm reading this.
No,
Might
you're
as well
not.
get into it. Triathlon Bible.
Oh, look, you even have bookmarks and shit. You're serious as a heart attack.
Oh yeah. Well, here's
So
the
is it a
problem.
mag or a book? Oh, it's
This
a book.
is a book, and this is like the book. So
It
I've
looked
been
like
watching
it looked
videos.
like a mag when you sent the pic, but that's a freaking you could weight
It's a
something down with that
house.
sucker, bro.
So he wrote this guy Joe Thiel, or I don't know, Joe Friel, and I think he's the guy that like He
You mentioned him a couple times.
yeah, I think he's the
Yeah, you
guy.
sent me
He's the
his link
founding
too, didn't
member
you?
of the USA Triathlon Coaches
Oh
Association. I think he's the
Jesus,
guy that at the races is like, Anthony Jones, you are an Iron Man when you come through like at
that's
Kona.
dope.
Yeah. And so I started reading this though, and let me tell you this. So I
He's the
started reading
hype
for
guy
it.
on the mic. That's super cool.
And the first thing you read is like, this is not for beginners. This is for people that have been doing triathlons for 3 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and
I
so
like how he's just straight
after
up
like
though.
a
He's
couple
not selling
pages, I'm
bullshit
like,
to you.
right?
Yeah.
And I looked at Jenny. I'm like, well, this is what he just told me. What do you think? She's like, and I'm like, he's got this other book, like your first triathlon. She's like, well, you should probably just start there. And I was like, well, let me read this whole thing first.
Why not?
And then
it's not like you have to act on it. You could read
yeah,
it.
like I
It's
can
not
go
like you're
get
gonna
that
fucking your eyes are gonna burn up or something
I
if you
know.
don't listen to what he says.
But I did appreciate that. He's like, if this is your first one, you're not ready for this yet
Well, he
because
probably
we're going to
didn't
get
wanna kill you.
into. Yeah. And I
You
appreciate it
die.
because the first chapter is all about mindset. He doesn't start with training,
Yeah.
put mindset at the end. It's the
Dude, all
first
these
thing,
iFit guys are like that too, bro.
which is how
So
it
you
should
got
be.
the other one, or you got the other one coming?
No, I didn't even order the other one
Okay.
yet. Um,
Uh-oh. What you
so
got?
no, watch. I should have just muted it, which I will. So
Oh no, no.
I'll get
I
the
thought
other
you
one.
had an
but-
emergency or battery issue. I was like, put that sucker on the charger. You ain't gonna be moving for a bit.
No, I know. Well, that's the thing. You want to take the watch off about this time to let it charge so that I can have it for sleep because I want to wear it while I'm sleeping to make
okay.
sure I get my sleep tracking.
Dude, I gotta do that. I haven't worn it sleeping in a while just because it was kind of annoying me because I'm a hands by my head guy,
Yeah. Okay.
when I sleep. So
No
I started,
pillows.
no. Fuck yeah. But my
Oh.
pillows, I use real. I might as well not those because I use like the pillow that I use is like a freaking this thin.
Yeah.
It's like
You
nothing.
have to. I got rid of
Yeah.
mine. I just use a blanket as a pillow
Yeah, it's
because
not a bad
it gives
idea.
you a little bolster. Plus, you can like.
I like
Get
how
it.
it keeps your spine straight, so your neck's not like this the whole.
It's ridiculous.
Your neck's not like that. You're not sleeping like this every night, essentially.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Why
Like
we
here's
do
all
that?
your body, and here's your head. Because of this pillow.
That is
It's
strange
like,
that we do
motherfucker, you
that.
sleep like this.
Yeah, there has to be something because laying
Unless you're on your
flat,
back.
it tries to keep your lower back on the thing. I'm guessing or whatever. But I like to sleep on my stomach.
I am a stomach sleeper with my
Not
hands
good
by
for
my
you, though.
face.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, the blood
you
all
got?
drains to your face, and then there's
Okay.
something to do. Like I was at my physical therapy a while after I did that
I
little
can't sleep
walking
on my
thing,
back.
and
I'll
she
swallow my
said-
tongue and die. Keep talking.
She told me it was bad. The physical therapist. I mean, everybody has their opinions, but she said it was bad to sleep, and she didn't elaborate. But with this ileostomy in the beginning, sleeping on my stomach kind of sucked. But now I
can
got it
imagine.
because I can sleep kind of just like this,
A
and it just
little
kind of on the
tweak.
side,
Yeah.
and it's good to go. But Payne right now, he sleeps with us, and he's got a cast on, and he's just like whoop bam, whoop bam.
Oh,
Jenny's like, I
man.
keep getting and it's on her side. She's like, I get a
Uh-huh.
cast to the face like 3 times a night.
She's gonna start needing to wear like a football helmet or a freaking hockey fucking visor or something.
Dude, my buddy, he said because I don't know why they did it, but he put a PVC. It was like a PVC tripod, and he put a T-shirt on it between him and his wife. And I was like, "You built like a TP, a tripod between the two of you? I don't
Why?
get this. I'm not sure why you're
Yeah.
doing this. I don't. It was maybe for their dog, or there was some valid reason, and I just thought no reason really is good enough. But whatever.
No, that makes zero sense. It'd be like if I gotta fucking put up a divider like this, I might as well go
Sleep in
fucking
the
sleep
other
in
room.
spare
That's-
room. Exactly,
yeah.
dude.
I know people that do that, and I will always wondered because my one buddy I used to work with was like, yeah, I sleep in the guest room, and she sleeps in there. We have a couple dogs, and it's like I just snore too bad, and I'm like thinking that's not why you sleep in there, not because you snore. I'm just guessing that's not why, but maybe it is. I mean, I don't know.
You know what? If
It could be.
if they make it work, they make it work.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna judge.
No,
But-
I didn't, but I did have. I did maybe judge because I was like, really? All right.
I know a couple people, like couples or married people from when I was little that actually, like not obviously my dad died when I was little, but
Yeah.
like other families, moms and dads that slept apart too, and I thought it was weird back then, but then I kind of realized why, and it was kind of a snoring thing where
It
it
can
was
be.
almost like tearing up the freaking relationship because neither of them were sleeping, that that well,
Yeah.
and
I
it
mean,
ended up
there are
working
little
for them.
kids in the mix, and you're not getting sleep, and then you're working, and not,
Yeah,
and then you
and
have whatever
that's
you're
what ended up
doing.
happening.
That's true.
Yep.
Speaking of that, my grandparents had yeah, they definitely had separate beds, but I
Hmm.
almost want to think
That was a
they
thing though
had
back
different
then.
rooms, but they had separate beds. But I think they had different rooms. I can't remember. And I was we were watching Home Alone tonight, and
Home
actually my
Alone,
dad grew up
best
like
Christmas
10
movie.
blocks from the Home Alone house. So
So
he's from
awesome.
Glencoe, and I looked it up. The house
So
that I used
cool.
to go to all the time when I was a kid, my grandparents' house, and shit, man, it doesn't look anything like it was, and it's listed for $1,000,000 too. I was like, this thing is freaking.
Jesus.
But I went through the pictures, and I could kind of remember being in the house just because it looked so different.
Yeah.
Chopping wood out back and
Everything
messing around.
freaking out that way probably looks way different than it did 20, 30 years ago easily, because
Yeah.
everybody that with money went in there and kind of spruced everything up and did it up.
Damn, it was in obviously a really nice area, and
Old school
I
too,
texted
dude.
my mom, and I was like, "Oh man, we should have held on to that thing."
Oh my God. Glencoe,
Jeez.
Kennelsworth, Winnetka, all those areas, man.
Oh my gosh, I
I
know.
used to do the pool thing with Moser over in those areas, and it was crazy. Some of the houses we would get to
Oh yeah, you
hang
guys were
out
doing
at.
pools and stuff there.
Yeah, back in college days, during the summer, it was
That's
awesome. But it was in those neighborhoods, and it was just fucking mind blowing.
that's the place to be. Carlos Torres was did a lot of landscaping over there, and he was
Yeah,
just like,
same stories.
same stuff. Just
Mm-hmm.
but also it's not like you could be like, yeah, 5Gs, 10Gs, yeah, cool. No, it was also like some of the biggest sticklers too.
Oh God, yeah.
Just
These
because they're
guys
in
would
these homes doesn't even mean that they got the cash. It could be a family
no.
home. There, it's like they want to keep. They know how important it is to keep something valuable like this. But
Oh yeah, and they're looking over our work, or they're double checking shit,
oh
and
yeah,
up our ass about stuff, and I'm just like, damn, dude, I thought it was just gonna be like me talking to one of your
helpers.
like project coordinators,
Yeah.
yeah, or something like that. I didn't even actually think I'd be talking to you,
Well,
bro.
those are the homes that have the carriage houses and stuff like that too. The ones off Sheridan when you see like the carriage house and it's like a
Yeah,
whole
dude.
nother home in the front yard. You're like, what's that?
It's insane. It's insane,
That's
insane. And
another
those
level.
houses are bigger than my house.
Yeah, those are
That's the
nice.
craziest part is, yeah, they're put their lake house or their little like boat house off the back, because some of the houses were right on the lake
They were
there.
right on there.
Those were freaking way bigger than my house, dude. I
Did
was just like, are you come on, man.
Did you ever get into because that's a great Sheridan there is a great road to ride
Yeah.
motorcycles on. We're talking about Sheridan Road in Chicago for those
Run,
of you that don't know. But did
bike,
you ride a
motorcycle.
motorcycle? Is that like did you ever do the motorcycle thing? Is that one of
No,
your things you got into ever?
I was super scared shitless of those just because
Mm,
of how shitty everyone is at driving.
yeah.
And then you add on the factor of cell phones, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, but when we
So
were 16, 17,
I
18,
rode dirt bikes and shit like
there were
that,
no
but
cell
never on the
phones, right?
street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're from the street.
Yeah. Dirt
Actually
bikes
not
and stuff were fun. But I never had like
yeah.
the urge to get like a freaking crotch rocket or a Harley or something like that. And a lot of our friends did. They
Yeah.
were really into that shit. But
That had a
um
pull on me. Check this
yeah,
out.
what you got? EV baby. What's that all about?
Who's EV? Rockstar EV.
Well, I
Eddie
was thinking
Vedder.
electric vehicle
Ooh,
first
electric
and foremost.
vehicle. Of course you
EV.
were.
That's why I was like, I love that. I love that hoodie already because it stands for something
That stands
that
for
everyone needs
something.
on an electric vehicle.
This
But
was
um, but yeah, Eddie Vedder, dude. I was just listening to Oceans on
oh
that freaking. They just re-released and remastered that acoustic set that they did for Unplugged on MTV, like in 1992.
awesome.
And the first song on it is Oceans, and I just wanted to hear because I got the new iPhone, right, and I wanted to
Okay.
hear how the speakers sounded.
What
So
the
I was like,
12?
oh yeah. So I
Oh
was like, oh, let's play some shit and see how it sounds. And I was like,
yeah.
what just came out? I want to play something new. And sure enough, I play something from '92.
Yeah.
But whatever. I saw that and I immediately had to play it. And it was a new release.
There you
But
go.
um, but yeah, I was blown away. I was like,
That's
holy
funny.
fucking shit, this song is incredible. I can't I forgot how badass they were. And I was like, damn. But
How'd it
Pearl
sound?
Jam, baby.
I mean,
Oh, dude, it sounded amazing. That's why it kind of, like blew my mind a little bit more even because you don't ever hear speakers on a phone that are any good. They
yeah, not
just
really.
make you get a headset or some shit. Or they
Yeah.
make you get one of these bad boys, one of these like little external speakers that are dope as hell. I
Yeah,
love
that's
these things
nice.
too. But But yeah, no, they're finally picking up the pace and trying to put some decent shit just in the phone. So
Yeah, I mean it's
about
hard.
time.
Usually they have it only on that one side, and you would need it like on the bottom and the top almost,
It
so that it's
it
like,
kind of does have the same
you know,
style setup,
I like how
but
it's square. Is the
yeah,
phone more
it's the ice
square
cream
now?
sandwich again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's nice.
but they do something to make it like surround sound. It's
Yeah.
like stereo sound or surround sound or something that they say. I don't know how it works, but you know how like this. I didn't know how the AirPods worked either, where they were showing like like this like invisible fucking frequency cone that picks up shit from your voice, and I was like,
I hate
what
it.
the
Like my first week with those were great. The AirPods. Now today I'm
yeah,
out there running on the trail. I'm like, hey Siri, turn it up. Hey Siri, change the song. Hey Siri, next song, and it never hears me. And I'm like, it used to be
really,
the right one. Now it's the left one, and I
really.
got to go back into the settings or
Do you
something
got
because
the
it's really
pros?
pissing me off. I got the top end ones, the pros.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
but
I
the
mean,
beginning, it was
whatever.
like, hey Siri, and then it does this. You're like, hey Siri, and it's like, uh huh.
That's
It
super
goes.
fucking weird.
She goes, uh huh. Like if you was that
You
you?
know what
Is that your
I've
phone?
had a problem with this is where
It's my phone.
my watch wants to be the Siri no matter what.
Yeah.
So I have to talk into the watch.
Yeah.
That's why I think she's not hearing you, is because it's this Siri that's taking your request, not the headset. And I don't know how to
Yeah.
fuck with that
That's a
either.
really good
Because I have my
point.
phone right next to me and I'm doing this, Joel. Hey
Yeah.
Siri, and
Yeah.
this isn't picking it up. This will. And I'll be like, oh, set a timer. And fuck, okay. And then I'll put this
Which
down and I'll be
actually
like,
is
all right.
probably better, but you're
It
right.
is
It's probably confused.
overriding it or something. Yeah. That's the
Mm.
problem. Because
A
I've noticed the
Siri
exact
divided
same thing.
against itself cannot
Siri,
stand.
Siri, Siri, and then Siri. It's like
Yeah. And
Apple
then you got
CarPlay. There's like seven
Alexa.
fucking Series looking to answer your request.
So
Hey
you
Siri,
said
yes, 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 yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. And you're like, what
Yes,
the,
Tony. Yes, Tony.
the
Yes, Tony.
fuck?
You said something on. Well, you have to have them all in different accents. Then you'll know
Oh,
who's
mine's
who.
an Irish dude.
Um, you said something on your thing the other day about, which was really cool, about the AI on your podcast I was listening to, and you said, you have to say the magic word, "Hey Siri,"
Sure.
except it has to always be listening so that
Yes.
it can hear the magic word.
Yes.
So as much as people think, well, they're not listening until I prompt it. No, it is though.
No, always. It's
And
called active listening. Yeah.
which nobody's good at except maybe
No,
Siri, I
except for
suppose.
the artificial intelligence, which is the worst person you want really good at fucking listening.
That's true. And today you were like, well, they're listening and this and that, and they're going to do all that, and they can make your life better to some, whatever that
Yeah,
means.
you can make it work
But it's
both
also like
ways.
still a mirror, right? It's still giving
Hell
you more
yeah.
of you,
Yes.
right? And so as much as there's manipulation to some extent, if you want to go to social media route, that's different. I haven't seen that movie
Fuck
yet,
yeah.
but the fact
But
that
it's
it's
weird,
giving you
dude.
more of you, and that's when I thought, like, here's a good example. Probably is Domino's Pizza. So I ordered one tonight, and
Domino's on the
yeah,
app.
no, I
Mark was
love the app.
addicted
It's
to
the
that.
best. Oh
Yeah,
gosh,
he's
me too.
addicted to the app. He's like, dude, the app is what it's all
It's
about.
That's what it's all about. That's even why I
Yeah.
use it. And I
Right. That's
also
what he
have it
says
where you
too.
can just say Alexa and it'll order you one,
That's
which is
crazy.
really
Yes.
cool. So, but
Domino's.
it would be interesting if it was like it was Thursday night. It knows you typically order a pizza, but you haven't. It's like, what if it was like, hey, you guys want to have a pizza tonight? Like,
Dude, it's that's close.
it's waiting to tell you
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
And
Yeah. It's
so
probably
that
just a
is
feature
to
that
the
they need to
where
turn on.
yeah, like you're
Yeah.
probably getting sold from time to time, but
Oh
also
God.
we do maybe appreciate that also in instances.
Yeah, for
Like, yeah,
sure.
Syria pizza sounds good. Go ahead, whatever.
But imagine though this scenario. At first, there's a transition where it'll kind of surprise you. Oh, that's cool. Oh wow, I
Yeah.
can't believe it
Oh, that's
predicted that.
convenient.
You
Yeah.
know, and then it'll be something that we accept, where it's just like, oh yeah, okay, we don't have to worry about it because the artificial intelligence will automatically order, one of our usuals on this night. It'll show up and we'll eat it. We'll love it
Mhm.
because it's one of our usuals. But then it'll get complacent to where you're only eating what the artificial intelligence wants you to eat.
Yeah.
You're only doing what the artificial intelligence schedules you to do. You're only reading, you're only watching, you're
Yeah.
only, scrolling through
You're
the
just
posts
letting
that
it
the artificial
essentially
intelligence wants you to see.
pick
It's
your everything
everything.
for you.
It
Yeah.
controls, you might as well close your eyes, plug the fucking thing into the back of your head, just like they did in the Matrix movie,
Yeah.
and just have at it.
Yeah.
You know, because essentially that's what's going on.
So you
That's the future,
and so you said,
not the Matrix. I'm saying
yeah.
the AI deciding everything for you and you being okay with it.
Being okay with it. I think there would actually be a lot of people that would be okay with it because
Oh,
life
99%. Yeah.
frustrates them, or they don't know what to eat, especially eat for dinner, right? That's like the age-old what do you want for dinner? I don't know. What do you want? Nobody knows.
Right.
But if you just showed up with something, somebody would eat it, right?
And the
So it's
AI
like all of a sudden they're like, Joel, why is there a hooker at the door? You're like, damn, that's not tonight, is it? I thought
GR16A2. I told you not to fucking. Come on, man. I told you stay out of
Seriously.
my Pornhub history.
It's gonna be interesting to see where it goes. And then you had said, well, the AI has said that we're not even needed anymore, and I'm like, well, that's
Yeah.
kind of BS because we are their toy. We're the AI's like end salute, like it makes us do things. But then I thought,
Right.
well, I will just walk up to the machine and unplug the machine, and then booyah, we don't need it. Now we wouldn't do that
Figure out
because
how to prevent that from being able to
it would
happen
be like,
too, though.
hey Joel,
They're
here's
gonna
a
add
pizza.
their own redundancy, dude. I'm telling
out,
you.
here's a pizza.
They're gonna add their own redundancy, their own backup sources, their own systems, so they can't go down. And it's already happening.
It'd have to
That's
be
what
like
goes
a
on in our, autonomous vehicles. That's what goes on in the the autonomous systems that run nuclear power plants and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, there's backups of fucking backups. So if you do pull the plug, or somebody does walk in there and says, I'm against the AI, and pulls the plug, the fucking backup kicks in, and that's in a secured fucking room that you can't get in,
Yeah, with robots.
And I'm not saying the AI had a robot that, it
Mhm.
made and fucking put that together. It needed humans.
Yeah.
But some of the humans were willing to play ball. Some of the humans are not going to be willing to play ball, and they're going to fight it. You're right.
There will be a fight. That's like, it's pure. And the scary part would be like the war games part of it, right? If it wanted to pretend, if it wanted to get countries against each other.
It already is. I mean, it already pretty much
sounds
is.
like, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like the stuff with China and
like craziness like that, dude. What it does too is
China.
it does its job, and its job is that algorithm, and whatever the algorithm has embedded in it needs to be carefully thought of. So for like example, in war games, they built this algorithm, this artificial intelligence that was running World War III simulations so that they could figure out a way to win all, no matter what happens.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It was like
predict the moves and shit. Yeah, it was there to try to predict the future. It was there to make sure that we won. It was there to, play out World War III over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Remember how scary World War III was in the 80s? Like I was a kid, I was scared of it. Like, I was like, oh my gosh.
They do that. This is like a rinse and repeat thing, like it was the Cold War, then it was, something else with like the terrorists in the Middle East. And now that's kind of fizzled out. Now we're getting into the pandemic moves, or like you said, China, or something like that, so I think that there's always like a looming fear control factor that's always there. You
really need that book. It's called The 100-Year War, the one I texted you today. So it's called The 100-Year Marathon, China's Secret Strategy to Replace America as the Global Superpower, by this guy, Michael Pillsbury. And he, I'm not going to be able to see it, but he, so there you go, nothing. He he's there. Like, he is connected into the government. He's high up in the government. He knows this. And when he speaks the Chinese stuff, like, he's got a good accent, and he's probably in his 70s. He knew Kissinger, and when Nixon and when all that stuff was going down with China. I'm into that now. And it's just really interesting to hear this backstory, like, because China's game theory, like, strategy is
long game,
top notch, though. Like, Sun Tzu in The Art of War. Is it Sun Tzu or Lao?
Yep, something like that.
Yeah, and The Art of War, like, these guys are talking about, like, deep in the game, like, thinking 3-4 moves ahead, as opposed to these
like
one
chess,
or two.
Baby.
Yeah, and they go back to all these wars that they've had, for thousands of years. As far as I'm concerned, I'm really into that, looking into that Eastern medicine, because they've been practicing that stuff for so
Think
long.
about that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
they were doing some shit right for fucking thousands of years before we, even
that's what I'm saying.
Considered, medicine in its current form.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm digging that. And there's something about the culture different forms of the culture, like Buddhism, and then but also the Japanese culture, as opposed to the Chinese culture and things of that
So
nature that
cool.
I really want to like dig into. But
Should
this
go
book
live
is
there.
amazing because it's
That's where you should move. Fuck Nebraska. Go to Nagano or not Nagano, Nagasaki or where was the
the flaming cheese.
no, yeah, that's
Nagasaki.
yeah, that's it. That is flaming cheese. What was the place where they had the
Hiroshima?
Olympics in the
Oh.
winter?
Oh, Nagano or
It was like Nagano, right?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
I
'cause we sound
butchered
like two really
the
bad
point,
white guys talking.
but it was just an N and an N, like Nebraska. And I was looking for a Japanese
Oh, I
place that I
gotcha.
knew was instead of Nebraska, Joel, move to somewhere that begins with an N in Japan.
It was Beijing in the summer of 2008.
No, I think it was
But it was
the
like
winter.
Nagano or something. Right?
Nagano, that's it.
Yeah. You just had the emphasis.
Emphasis. We're talking about fried cheese. We're talking about like, I don't know, it's probably some beer, Polish beer. And
that's great.
This is how the Dumb and Dumber scene when they're trying to figure out the last name in the luggage thing. That's what just happened right there.
Do you know that the 2020
an artificial intelligence thing gonna wipe us the fuck off the earth?
They're like these two.
Yeah.
We don't need them.
Execute. Unnecessary.
Yeah, like the voice will still sound like that.
Yeah,
it won't be any better
because they know they know it's so fucking scary. They've ran like psychological profiles, and they're like,
scary.
fuck changing the voice.
Dude,
We're either using Vader or this. We're using Vader or Hal.
The 2020 Summer
Joel.
Olympics are in Tokyo.
I know. Joel.
Tokyo. Totally getting ripped for this.
I'm quite aware of that, Joel.
Paris in 2024. Well, that would be fun.
I love Paris, Joel.
Have you been there?
I've been to Paris in the summer.
No.
I've been watching 2001. That's why I'm all about Hal.
You know what? One of the best things to see is this, and I'm going to make sure that we can all see it. Well, it's not going to do it justice, but that is my hemorrhoid. No, that is when your watch tells you that you hit all your readings, and it's like,
yeah. You screenshotted it.
Oh yeah, I screenshot it all the time because I always want to either post it. I just screenshot my watch.
I thought that was like
right on your watch. And
I thought. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that was a. I thought that was like a picture of when they found the Higgs boson.
Oh gosh, right.
It looks like
boson.
It looks like a frame from the particle collider, dude. It totally does.
I think that's the coolest name.
What?
Higgs boson.
I think fucking particle collider.
Yeah, the whole Nebraska thing. We probably. I'm guessing I'll find out tomorrow. I think I'll know tomorrow.
You have enough room to build a particle collider?
Bill, not with your bad knee, Ed. You shouldn't be throwing anybody.
That was Ferris Bueller. See, I do know some of them, but that one I know every line of everything. That's what I tell everybody. I'm like, look, my Tesla has the Ferris Bueller mode. That's what they should call it. They don't call it that, but that's what they should call it. It's called valet mode.
They should call it that.
They should, and it's valet mode, but that's what I tell everybody it is. I'm like, so they can't fucking Ferris Bueller your car.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, so I saw some guy. He was messing with this girl. Like I don't know, whatever. But on the top,
was it the dude that you could hire to mess with your girl and then you knock him out?
Oh, that kid was great.
Keep going.
Real quick. Tony's talking. I sent him a meme. Whatever. This kid was like saying, "Hey, for $50, you can hire me, and I'll come over. I'll mess with your girl. You can knock me out. You look like a champ in front of your girl. It's $50. On the weekends, it's $60." And I thought, oh, the weekend rate's only $10 higher. Yeah, he totally shortchanged himself. I was like, "Give me two on Saturday. I'll knock you out twice."
Fucking show up at the bar with
I don't even
my
have
wife.
a girlfriend. Yeah.
And later with my side piece. All right, I want 2 for $1 Saturdays.
This guy, he's an entrepreneur. He's like, what can I do? I guess I could take
Friday.
a punch.
What are you gonna do for Black Friday? What
kind of deal are you gonna give?
Can I kick you in the nads or something?
I forgot where we were going, but
sorry, dude.
No, that was good.
You said there was a dude and he was messing with this girl.
The Tesla. So the Tesla, there was something above the door, right above the door. There was like a little flip. Do you have that?
Okay.
It just like flips up. And it was like a little rectangle piece. So he was like telling his girl, he's like, okay, touch here. Okay, now flip it up. And he was like really effing with her because I think he was gonna give her the car, but he was like messing around. And it's like this little strip, and right on like if you were gonna open the door, like the door jamb, right on top, it
Yeah.
was like a little like a rectangle thing, and it just flipped.
Yeah.
And it almost looked like it had a couple cameras in there. But I was like, what is that? And why would
Yeah.
that be there? Is it like a way to? You don't have that?
It doesn't ring a bell. It's like something that I've messed with.
I'll send you the video because
Yeah,
I was
for
like, what
sure.
the hell is he
Do you know
doing
what
up
model it
there?
is? Because it could be something like on the Model S that's like super pimp.
Yeah, it probably was
You
because it
know.
looked like something that was unnecessary. And I thought it seems like he's got a lot of things that aren't necessary, but like he did, which are cool. You know, there's a lot
Dude,
of
that
that.
Model S has got so much crazy cool shit in it that, like is more luxury for sure.
Yeah,
And my car is built to be a robo fucking taxi, dude. So it's
that's
got
awesome.
no instruments. It has nothing, no switches, no buttons. It is 100% fucking blank.
That's so cool.
Nothing. It's just the screen.
Yeah,
I
yeah. You
think
were
the Model
talking
3 is
about
like
it,
that too.
getting it worked out, or getting it. You got everything worked out on that thing.
Yeah, it was just the front was closing funny because the hood is really easy to adjust and line up.
Hold on.
You
You
laughing because
can't
of the
just say
frunk?
frunk and throw that by like it's no big deal. Like we've been saying it for decades.
Frunk. It's come on, man. What do you mean?
When's that
Frunk.
going to be in a rap song?
Yeah, I think
That
it
girl
already
got a
was.
frunk.
I think it already
Probably.
was.
It
They
probably
and they
was.
they asked to borrow the Cybertruck from Elon, and he totally let him do it. It was in a rap video and shit.
Oh
I
man.
don't remember who it was though, but they totally did put that Cybertruck in that rap video immediately too, right after they
Yeah,
announced
you
it
have
like a
to.
year ago. But yeah, man, I don't know those S's, dude.
They just
Crazy
have
shit in them.
random stuff people are still
Yeah,
finding probably.
so cool.
So
And they're
the other,
redoing a bunch of them.
what do you
like
mean?
revamping them.
Oh
Like they're
yeah,
taking out the shit that was didn't work or that needed to be adjusted or that was
nobody cares about.
too old. Yeah, and then they're just redoing the exact same model. They're calling it the Model S. They're calling it the Model 3. Like they'll do this like chrome delete thing instead of it being chrome now. It's like matte black, and just to add some new touches and features to make the car feel newer,
Yeah,
and it is newer, better screen, better batteries, better everything.
yeah, they look good. That one blue one I saw was a really crazy blue, like a real interesting, like a teal
So
matte
awesome.
blue, and I was like, that was pretty cool. And I'm
Dude,
sure
there's
it
so
wasn't
many
cheap.
customs now, man. It's so
Yeah,
cool too because that sounds like my dream job to me, man. It would just be like, give me your Tesla and I'll fucking do whatever I want to it.
yeah.
That's amazing. And you get to drive it around and shit. Whatever. That'd
You're
be
like I got. You're
yeah.
like in my frunk. I got a Bitcoin mine. It's
Yeah,
mining me
yeah.
as I'm
Come on,
driving.
bring it in, free Bitcoin mine with every paint job. I'll just put it right in your fucking front, man. Running on your batteries. You won't have to worry about power, none of
Yeah,
that
you won't
shit.
have to worry about it as long as you're
Hmm.
driving. It's working. It's
Yeah.
paying you back.
Yeah, if you're
That's an
if you're
interesting.
if your Bitcoin mine starts to slow down, just hammer on your brakes. You got regenerative braking. It'll pick right back up. You'll be fine and you're good to go. Pull over at a supercharger.
What I mean, I could go down that rabbit hole in the whole Bitcoin thing.
Oh, dude, I'm killing it with that thing. That thing's running like clockwork right now. I dialed everything in even more. Mahalik's got two of them running now.
That's amazing,
He's
man.
addicted.
Yeah.
Um, and it's just
Same
pumping money in.
the Ethereum.
Ethereum, and then
That
Bitcoin and Ethereum both blew up this
it
week
was like a
so far.
three
It's still
grand, 4 grand
I'm
hit
looking
in
right
like
now.
a week. This last week
Yeah,
almost.
pretty
And then
much in a
what? Is
week.
it still sitting there? Or did it come back down?
It's at that's what I was gonna check really quick here just to take a peek skis. Um, Bitcoin is at
Bitcoin.
13,500. A week
Yeah.
ago, it was at about 11,000. So like 2,500 ish in a week.
Yeah.
Ethereum is at 386. That hasn't jumped as much. It was, what was it about a week ago? I get a look. Let's take another look, skis.
Do you notice? I mean, I know it's only been a week, but can you notice, like, let's say you were generating $100 a week, just for argument's sake, now it's like 110, or does it not
It's
affect it
even
that quickly
it's not necessarily that. It's you get paid a certain amount of Ethereum um based on
per
this
validation or whatever?
difficulty. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. And that's what really changes what you make. But then, like you're saying, when you so you get paid in Ethereum.
yeah.
When I go to sell Ethereum and turn it
That's
into
where you.
US dollars, then you can play that game. You know what I mean?
I see. So you actually don't get the dough until you sell it,
Yes.
right?
So I get paid in Ethereum too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a week ago, maybe a little bit. Well, let's see. A week ago or so, it was at like 360. So it's only up like $25. So that's
Yeah.
why I haven't really sold any
It's
right
like
now. If I can get it to jump like into
15,
the fours,
18% or something. Yeah. But still,
yeah, I
you
want it
know,
to get it to jump up to like 400 or 500 bucks, and then I'll sell a couple of them just to try to pay off some of my original cost that went to
get
building
the
the
mine
sucker.
paid back. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Dude, I
that
can't
would be
believe it.
awesome.
It sounds like, and this is the beautiful thing that we've talked about since day one, and it's a reoccurring theme for us. And it's when you start something, you just never know the life it's going to take. So you started building this rig.
Sure.
Next thing you know, you're building them for other people. Now you've got
Yeah,
like, I mean, I'm not going to
I
talk
got
about your work,
another
but now you have
opportunity.
like these other opportunities,
Uh-huh.
that are falling in your lap. And
Yeah, side hustles,
that
you could
wasn't
totally
your
talk about that shit.
intention.
No, not at
No,
all. I
that
mean, I
wasn't
just
your
was
intention. I
fucking,
mean,
I was just sick of buying it and I wanted to do something else. And I thought that it was super, I don't know, like there's certain things like, okay, so you're kind of like this. So like when you first see somebody rollerblading for the first time, I love using rollerblading. You're
Mhm.
like, dude, that's so fucking cool looking. You know, like how does that guy even doing that? You know, like
Yeah.
if the first time you see somebody surfing, you're like, oh my fucking God, that's so awesome. And then, like the first time you see somebody, even doing something cool, like or not physical, like even the first time you see somebody with like a remote control car that's really badass,
Yeah.
and they're like
Yeah.
on a track or something, or doing all this cool shit, you're like, damn dude, that's fucking awesome. And
Yeah.
you want to get into remote control cars, or like I was telling you about ham radio,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
We've been talking about that.
it goes on and on and on. You get my point.
Hmm.
But that's like my thing is like, when you think something's kind of cool, or like you're like, wow, you have that factor right away,
Hmm.
I'll get into it, and then
Yeah.
like you said, it takes on a life of its own. But
That's
it's
where
just that initial wow factor, like,
that's
dude,
where
that's
I'm
kind
at
of cool.
with triathlons, or
Yeah,
like,
exactly. You're
I
like, dude,
mean,
that's kind of
it's like
cool.
really Iron Man, but like that's like, the final step, I guess, because
Yeah, you got to
there's
work your way
what
up to
I'm
that
learning is, yeah,
shit,
like
dude. You
triathlons though
might
are like
die.
don't seem like, if you look at the
You can
Olympic
do them.
distance, the Olympic distance is nothing. It's like a 25-mile bike, a 12-mile run, and a 1-mile swim,
The
which
swim
is
is always the hardest part, just
not a
because
big
people
deal.
underestimate the swim.
Hmm.
And Rachel runs duathlons all the time because
Mm.
she kind of is a little afraid of that swimming part. And she can swim, but she's kind of afraid of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
don't know.
heard.
It's a mental thing.
No, no, no. I
Yeah.
heard some. I've been watching a lot of videos, and some guy was like, especially open water stuff, and you got
It
people on your
is. Most of them
back,
are
and
all
he
open water.
said,
Yeah.
well, you have to host that many people unless it's like indoor. But he said what he'll do is he's got somebody who will follow him in the pool,
Hmm.
and he's like, every length I want you touching my feet 3 times. So on the way down, I want you to slap my feet. So he's like, for one, it helps the person behind, because the person who was doing the slapping was the one afraid, right? He was not afraid. So he
Okay.
said, what I'm going to do is this: I'm going to have her do, because she didn't want to be so close to people. So instead of her
All
focusing
right.
on, and he's really fast. He's the fastest guy. Last 2 years, I think it was at Kona, he's the fastest guy in the water. And
Awesome.
he's only 5'7". He's us Australian dude. He's so cool. He's like, yeah, mate, well, you want 5 tips? He's like, what, are you making this shit up? I don't know. He's just like a young kid, man.
Dude, those Australians are
Oh,
great.
dude, they're the
Fucking
best,
swimmers,
right?
dude.
And so he's this like,
Great swimmers.
I had her tap my feet 3 times on the way back. So for one, she's got to keep up with me, which she's already an
Yeah.
Olympian, not an Olympian swimmer, but she's an Olympian. She's got to hit my feet. So it gets her to stop thinking about anything else but, oh, I got to hit his feet. I got to hit his
Yeah.
feet. And so it takes her mind off of it, which is kind of cool. I gave her something to do, is what he
Yep.
said, which I thought was
It
cool.
works, dude.
Yeah. So the swimming part, totally agree. But that's how I am with the triathlon. It's got me. It's like,
Yeah.
because you know me, and like
You
I
lock
want to
in.
challenge myself, and I know that I
Yeah.
can do a lot of things well, and I want to do that. And I know swimming's going to be difficult.
Do you have
And
a local duathlon that you could start at?
I
with?
started looking at a lot of these things, and I'm trying to put a race on the books, because I want to. A lot of these training programs will say plug your race date in, and we'll spit out kind of what you need
Yes,
to do.
that's that Strava
right?
shit was saying that. I love that
Strava,
factor.
which I want to get to. And so this has got a grip on me so
Yeah.
deep.
Just
And it's
go
going to be
for it.
great. No, I'm so excited.
Just
I
go.
can't wait. It's going to be
But
an
that's what I was
expensive
saying.
sport, though.
That's
for
why
sure.
that's why you got to start small. So
Mhm.
it doesn't cost any money if you already have a bike anyway, and a decent
No,
bike that you can just
no bike.
road ride.
I
Oh,
mean,
you
I
don't-
have I have a mountain bike that's Jenny's.
Oh, it's a mountain bike.
It's
Okay.
like a but it's
Not a road
like,
bike. Road bike.
there's no aerodynamic. I mean, you're sitting straight up and all this crap.
So the road bike is going to cost you a pretty penny.
Mhm.
But if you can get like a bike, and nowadays bikes are super popular and hot, so they're probably way more expensive too.
Yeah, that's true.
It sucks though. But
People
yeah,
will
you
give
get
it
that bike, and that's really your only cost. Like obviously you're going to need a helmet. You're going to need some
Shoes.
padded
You got the
shorts. Yeah.
wetsuits
You
and
need
all the
clipless
things
shoes.
and all that stuff.
Yeah, I
whatever.
don't know if you need a wetsuit right away. That's why I was saying duathlon first. You have your running shit, no big deal. You have decent shoes, no big deal. You get that bike, you get a helmet, you get the clipless shoes because you definitely want clipless shoes.
Yeah.
Because you get the
Yeah.
force up and
You get
down.
the force. I've never ridden with them yet, and Jenny does a lot of spinning, and she has her own shoes, and she's like, dude, once you have
Night and day.
and you can pull up, you're
Yeah.
just like, you're constantly, you
It's
know what
double,
I mean?
It's double efficient. Yeah, it's twice as
I
efficient.
can't wait for that.
Yeah.
That'll be
I got
cool.
them on my mountain bike.
You're like, I got them on right now. I thought you were gonna pull your foot up.
Fucking got the
I
clipless
just love
on
wearing
right?
them.
I think I do have them sitting
It's like
around somewhere.
I wear my baseball cleats all the time. It's just I don't know. I just keep
I
them on. They
swear to
feel
God,
good.
I thought I did have them sitting around.
I'm all in, man. I can't wait. I want the lifestyle. I want the people. It looks like I want to go. First of all, I just want to go to Kona and be around the champions. I want to watch them, and I want to be in the vibe because they say there's nothing
When do
better.
they do it?
They do it in October in Kona. So
that
like a
just
year from
happened, or
now would
did
be
they?
a perfect. I don't.
Did they
I
even
don't
do
know
it?
if they did this one. I don't think
that's
they
what I'm
did this
saying.
one, but it'll be a perfect year from now to go.
It was Iron Man, you said, right?
Yeah, that's the Ironman World Championships is in Kona, and
Okay. I'm just
and-
Google searching. Keep talking.
No, it's all right. And they say there's nothing better. Like some of these guys, there's nothing better than going back out there
Canceled.
and being there at midnight to watch those final people come across.
Struggling through it.
Obviously not the champions. It's these people that are dying to make it across the line because I think you only get like 17 hours.
Yeah, and you can only do it a couple times or something if you fail or something, right?
That big
You can only
one,
try a couple times.
well, that big one, like you can't even like you have to get
in,
invited.
get to
Yeah, or you have to
qualify, yeah.
qualify, or you have to get like a sponsor exemption or something.
Dude, so this race right here,
You know.
have you watched any of the past ones on YouTube?
Oh yeah, I've watched a bunch.
Did you see the one where Goggins fucking parachuted in at the starting line?
No, I haven't seen that. How long ago was
Dude,
that?
are you kidding me?
No, I've been watching like single guys
It
and
was
like
a while
highlights
ago.
from certain ones, but like
Yeah, it was a while ago. Him and one of the other guys that's in the SEALs, fucking parachuted out of a plane.
God
The
bless
whole Iron Man is at the starting line ready to go. They're
Yeah.
counting it down. He's fucking coming down, free falling, pops his chute. You can watch it. It's on
I
YouTube.
can't wait. I can't
Pops his chute, fucking cuts it, lands, drops the fucking harness, and they hit the gun and he goes. No joke,
Oh,
dude.
and he did it too?
Yeah, and he ran the fuck, and he finished second or won it, I think, that
Oh
year.
my
I think he fucking
God,
won it, dude. And it
No,
was on like
there's no
ABC
way.
Sports. They're like, David Goggins is parachuting in.
Didn't even
from
know he
the-
was coming in.
Yeah. With his buddy Mike Bubble or something. I can't remember his buddy's name.
Yeah.
Dude, coolest shit of all
Oh,
time. And I
can't
was like,
wait
dude,
to see that.
how fucking gangster is it that everybody else is like lined up? They're like, what are we waiting for, man?
Yeah, what do we
That guy.
That guy.
You know, he just
As soon as he
parachuted.
gets down, here we go. And he
What do
probably
you
just
mean,
ran
this
a
guy?
marathon
Yeah.
yesterday. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. In the plane. And and he's like,
he's up in the plane like on one of those bikes,
yeah,
you know, with
on
the
an Aerodyne.
yeah, Aerodyne.
in,
That's
in a sauna, in a stick-built sauna. And he's pouring the hot water. He's pouring the fucking water on there.
on ayahuasca.
What do you mean it's time?
What do you mean? It's
All right, fuck it. Let's
Fuck it,
go.
let's go.
Iron Man. Here. Down there.
I need a bike. They
Fuck
just
it.
throw him out with a bike.
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's go.
I'll grab that dude's.
Dude, that guy's great, man.
And then and he just
Oh.
cuts the chute and fucking and he's like, "Tuk, tuk."
Oh, that's what I wonder.
I'd be like, we're not winning.
My-
Like,
my theory on the
place.
biking part, I think, is going to be one of my stronger suits, just because of
Dude,
my
biking's
legs from
fun, dude.
skating back in the day. So I'm going to do a bunch of cross training on rollerblades, but also, I wonder.
no,
doing
you
a
need
ton of,
time
like-
in the seat.
Oh
I'm
no,
telling
100%.
you, bro.
But-
and you have to get the right padded shorts because
Oh my god, it's
your
gonna kill.
asshole, your ass cheeks,
gonna
your
hurt
ass
so bad.
bones, dude, and you won't be able to get on the bike the next day. Like it's bad, dude. It's
But
bad,
the other
bad.
day I was riding the spin bike in here, and because of the way I was sitting, there's a nerve that runs like essentially like
Mm-hmm.
right
Right up your
between
junk.
your balls, right, and
Yeah.
whatever. And I
Mm-hmm.
got off the bike and like it was asleep. Like
Yeah.
that whole
Oh,
area was like like
your
seriously
saddle
felt like it was my saddle
was
felt like it was like I had like
pins and
your
needles. The
arm falls
bees.
asleep.
Yeah.
The bees. I was like, yeah, there are a bunch of bees down there.
Yeah. Did I just sit
And
on some bees?
so what I want to do though is get into the gym and really work my legs because it's just like bam,
Just
bam,
yeah.
bam. So I
You
want to do
seat
that.
time,
I want
baby.
to do a
Seat
bunch of
time.
skating because the skating's obviously going to help with my aerobic,
Big time.
and it's
Mm-hmm.
going to transfer to
And
running
legs.
too.
Big
So
time.
just strong ass, strong legs. Now, I mean, a lot of these guys, you do see them, they're sticks and they're twigs, and I get it. That'll be, but I
just
just want to get my
just the
legs
way their
back.
muscles are set up, really, more than anything.
Yeah,
But dude, when Rachel used to bike across Texas every year, before
I love it.
before she would leave
This
for
girl's
like
awesome,
two,
by the way. I can't wait to meet her.
for 2 straight months, she would take her good specialized bike that she uses in competition,
Yeah.
and she would put it into that. There's like a little,
One
I
of those
don't even know what the
trainers.
fuck it's called. Yeah,
I
and it's
want
a
one.
trainer for your real bike though,
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm getting.
and she would sit there and she would plop the thing in there, and she would sit in front of the TV, and we would watch TV or something, our shows, and she would just get seat time,
That's awesome.
and and it wasn't even really she wouldn't even be really pedaling even that much. It was just sitting
Just
in the
kidding.
saddle,
Yeah,
so your
that's
ass would get
actually
used to seat time.
nope. That's valid. I could see it, and I was thinking that today when I was out riding. I'm like, I need to get the right seat because
Oh,
I'm not like, I don't feel like this
it's
one fits
another
right.
weird
Where do I sit? Do
trade-off.
I sit front? Do I sit back?
Yeah,
And those seats are like,
you need them really high. You need your seat really fucking high up. That's
yeah.
another thing that kind of blew my mind. Was you when you get a bike, you'll get fitted.
Oh yeah.
If you don't get fitted, then you
Hmm.
went to the wrong place.
Sure.
But
No, it's gonna be.
yeah, you get fitted, and when you get fitted, you'll be like, hey man, this seat's a little high, because the seat's gonna be like fucking up here. And you're gonna be like, what's the deal with that? And he's gonna go
Yeah.
get on. And then when you get on, he's gonna be holding the bike, and he'll be like,
Yeah.
now extend your leg all the way down. And he'll be like, see, that's why your seat's up here.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
because most people ride their bikes like
yeah,
this,
you're like, doo, doo, doo.
eating your fucking knees. And he said,
You want
like
just a slight bend, I think.
like almost none. You
Almost
want your
none.
toes, like because you're gonna wear clipless,
Well,
and
that's
the only
true.
part that's attached to your pedal is your toes. Like actually, it's not your toes; it's right on
Yeah,
the
it's
ball
like
of
the
your foot.
ball. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and and you're pushing. You're like you're doing one of those, and then you're picking your foot back up. So you're doing like
Oh yeah, I can't
that.
wait.
You know what
That's
I'm
why when
saying?
you see those guys ride by, like I'll see some guys on the canal ride by, and it's like it's a different than somebody on a
It's
mountain bike or something. It's
effortless
like this
looking.
effortless,
Yeah,
and they're just like,
flow
and you're
thing.
like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I can't wait. And plus, then on those bikes, they also have you a little bit more like this,
Forward.
so the
Yep.
transfer of power.
That's
To the
another reason
crank.
why your seat's going to
Yeah.
be so high. Yep. And and you're going to be down in that position too. Like you
Yeah, I
said,
gotta
you
get
don't
the
want your
bars.
handlebars down. Yeah. Dude. And
This is
the
gonna be
craziest
so
part, dude,
cool, man.
I
I'm
can
so
take Rachel's
excited.
fucking bike, and
Yeah.
I can hold it with one finger like
Oh,
this
she's got a
on the
carbon
frame.
bike. Yeah, man.
Yeah. One
Oh,
fucking finger like this and
gosh.
balance it on my finger. It's
I
that
can't
fucking
wait.
crazy,
That's
dude.
insane.
Not my mountain bike ain't like that. My
Yeah.
mountain bike's like a fucking kettlebell, dude. Like fucking one pood, like it's 75-pound fucking kettlebell. You can barely get the
Seriously,
thing off the
Jenny-
ground.
Yeah, I know. Jenny can barely get it off the rack up in the ceiling. She's like,
Ugh.
I can't get it down. I'm like, I know. It's a lug.
Dude, I could throw fucking Rachel's bike like a frisbee.
Does she do any of that anymore?
Yeah,
She
I
doesn't-
mean,
yeah.
she does what she was gonna do. We were gonna do actually together. We were gonna do the Schaumburg duathlon, because like that's what I was saying. If you had a local one, because they usually
Mhm.
do one in just the town you live in. But we were gonna do the Schaumburg one, but of course they canceled it just because of COVID.
See, I'm right in the middle of that. I keep looking on all the websites to try to find something, and most of them are canceled. There are
Spartan
stuff out here,
races,
though, in
all that
Arizona
shit.
that they're getting some things back on the books, and it looks like 2021, a lot of these places are picking back up. Although,
Yeah,
all I hear on the news these days
Overnight.
is how like another lockdown's coming.
I told you I was about 3 weeks off with my prediction. I said end of September they were gonna lock us down again. It was the end of October.
You're right. I could not believe that, and
Oh, everything's shut down here again. You can't. All the restaurants are closed
Yeah.
again. Everything's shut down here again.
Somebody just sent me a video and it said, it's kind of funny, but it's not funny, but also you got to find the humor in it. And this guy sitting outside in a fucking rainstorm and he's got a mask on and he takes the mask off and it's lightning and thundering like
chaos.
And it's and he's got a bowl of soup and he's got a wine. He's like smelling the wine and he has a whole meal and he's trying to light a cigar.
Yeah,
trying to show how ridiculous.
New norm. New norm, baby.
I was like, this guy committed. Like he sat out there for 30 minutes to have a full meal in like
he's probably
what would scare the hell out of me.
Super rich now. That's what you should do.
He was like a lord. It was like in England, and he was like Lord somebody or whatever.
Storm Chase. You can call yourself Lord whatever you want.
That's what Jenny wants to be.
Storm Chase. A Storm Chaser?
Yeah.
Storm Chase. Have Jenny film you eating lunch like that in the middle of a fucking like an F5 that's like down the street.
That scares me. Jenny's all about that. Get into she would be like, let's chase an F5, and I would be like,
oh dude, I love that shit too, bro.
Oh, that power when you feel that,
that's what I'm saying.
Felt that power.
Oh yeah, I've been in a tornado before.
Yeah, that scares me bad.
Oh dude, it's one of the coolest things of all time. Man. Oh dude, you could feel it like the pressure in your head. Yeah, like you said, you can feel the thunder in your bones. Sounds like a freight train's coming after you.
I like that,
dude. The craziest part that blew my mind the most was like when I looked out the window, because the window started to bleed water pretty much, and it was like it was
pressure.
Yeah, so like there was literally like bleeding water, and this was down in Arkansas, and we were in like a school gym. And they had us all go into the hallways where like the lockers were and shit.
This
like
is like
school.
where it happens. What were you doing there? Sorry.
We were in a fishing tournament. So we were in this huge gym. That was the biggest place they had locally to hold everybody to do like prizes and like giveaways and shit. And I was talking to the cop, like out in there's like a back part where they have like the garbage cans and the janitors hanging out there. And this guy's doing his spiel. And I needed to walk around. So I got up and I walked over by the cop. I'm bullshitting with the cop. He's like, dude, there's a fucking tornado down the street. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, just tore up the hospital. The hospital's completely fucking gone. And I'm like, well, what are we doing, dude? And he's like, nothing. We're in a really safe. Yeah, he's like, nothing. We're in a really safe spot right now. But it is headed this way. So we're going to probably have to get everybody into the hallways. And I'm like, holy fucking shit. Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to go look at this, And he's like, yeah, he's like, go ahead. I'm going to go make an announcement. And he walked into the middle of the gym, grabbed the fucking mic and said it. I opened the doors that, lead out to where the garbage is and shit like that, the maintenance area.
Yeah.
And I'm looking out there and I'm like, holy shit. And then like it went like suspended animation, Joel, and got dead still. And then all I saw in the distance were I'm getting the chills, were these gigantic blue-green flashes, like boom, 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 boom. And it was all the transformers in line on power lines blowing up as the tornado was coming towards us. And then I'm getting the chills again. Everything sucked away from me. Like it was like, like it sucked that way.
It was like there was no air.
Feel it, like it was pulling you. And then all of a sudden it was like, well, bam, and like I saw full trees flying. The car that was sitting in the back got lifted and just like, it kind of was like, it was like right over the fence, and just dumped over the fence. I shut the fucking doors. I could barely get the doors shut. And the janitor actually grabbed him and hold him shut too. And the cop was ushering people behind me. And I was like, holy shit, dude, we got those closed just in time. And then boom, that, the transformer outside of the high school blew up. And it was just chaos. And then we ran into the hallway. We were there for hours. And I'm like, dude, are we gonna have to sleep here? I'm like, because I was sitting across from the teacher's lounge, and I'm like, I called dibs on that fucking couch right there, dude. And the guys that were sitting next to me, I'm like, I called dibs on the chair over there, and like everyone's called dibs in the teacher's lounge, dude. It was classic.
Oh my gosh.
So we get to leave, and then he's like, okay, everything's good to go now, blah, blah, blah. We all come out and we're like, wow, that was wild. So we all walk back into the gym and then out like the gym entrance, like, how like in the gym has those gym doors, the old school ones where there's like two sets. There's like a lot of doors. So everybody comes out of this area all at once, dude. And we all look out into this courtyard, into like, where the parking lot is. And it's just destruction.
Oh my gosh, really?
Everywhere. So me and my buddy Alan, we find our car. We go into the car. We get in the car, and we got our boat over at the hotel. And we didn't chalk our tires because we just thought it was no big deal.
Yeah.
And we were on flat ground. We didn't think anything of it. We just had the kickstand down. We were good to go. We get back. our fucking hotel sign is gone, and there's no power anywhere, of course. All the street lights are gone. All the light poles are ripped out. There's just
Holy
chaos
shit,
everywhere. We're in
dude.
Mountain Home, Arkansas, and we get back to the hotel. It was hard to find though because there was no sign,
Oh,
and we didn't know where we were. And so we get into the parking lot. We're like, where the fuck is the boat? The boat was gone. And we're like, where the fuck is the boat? There was another boat right next to us too. We're like, where's that boat? You know, we're like, what the fuck?
what?
Yeah. So we
Just
pull
comes
into the
floating
parking
now.
lot. Yeah, pretty much. And I find it. It's like, because the parking lot kind of pitched. It was down
Down
all
in
the way
the.
at the bottom of the parking lot with all the other boats all smashed together. And I'm like, oh my God, dude. So I ran down there, and my buddy was like, like parking the truck and shit, and like
Yeah.
seeing what's up and talking to some people. I ran down there, and no joke, the boat, like I said, has a kickstand with a wheel on it. The
Yeah.
kickstand hit, like there's a seam between two pieces of concrete. The boat must have been rolling. It was slowing down. And there's another boat like this, right? So, and it's facing this way. And our boat was coming down, like I said, because it was
Forwards?
pitched. Yeah, straight nose into this boat, gonna
Weird.
T-bone them, right?
Yeah.
But it was going slow enough at this point, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't there,
Yeah, I'm
but it
sure.
like the wheel stuck in that
In that
seam
groove.
between, and it stopped from
Oh.
T-boning the fuck out of that boat like this close. I
Oh,
ran back
man.
to my buddy. I'm like, bro, we didn't hit shit. We didn't fucking touch it. But those boats are all fucked up.
Oh,
We need to
my
get our
God.
boat out of that area right now so we don't have to deal with any of that shit. Because all those boats were all
Wow.
fucking mangled and shit. And I'm just like, let's get our shit out of there, put it back in its
Damn.
spot. And the boat was flooded, like, because there was so much debris and shit that it had
Yeah.
clogged the drain. So literally there was like this much fucking water in the boat. So he had a
What?
supersized McDonald's cup, and he's trying to fucking bail it.
Yeah.
I go, dude, you're literally gonna be there for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
I'm
You
like,
could do it.
I'm gonna go get the ice bucket. So, so I went into the hotel and I found the ice bucket,
Which
and we
is like
start
this big.
bailing with the ice
Yeah.
bucket. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you keep bailing with the ice bucket. I'm gonna go get the garbage
Let me
can
go
from
get
the room.
something big. Yeah.
So I went and I got the garbage can from the room. So we're bailing with the
Oh,
garbage
my
can and the ice bucket.
gosh.
The hotel sign is like swinging, hanging, and like there's sparks flying out of it. The fucking place has got no power. It's destroyed. Craziest shit of all time, dude.
Dude, that's nuts.
And we fished the next day.
And you guys, what, the tournament went on?
Yeah.
Or
It was in a different section than where we were. It was like north of that. So like the hospital and like where the gym was, the tornado ripped like this way. We fished
Yeah.
over here. Yeah.
Unbelievable. You've been
So
in
some
some
people stayed there,
very
some people
weird
stayed in the other
things in
city.
your life, I'll tell you.
Dude, it's so fucking crazy, dude. And it's just
Gosh.
like the craziness that I had access to go outside when like the cop cock blocked everybody else from leaving. He's like, no, you can't leave. Because people were like, you wanting to leave.
Yeah,
He's
like
like, no,
I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah.
this is not some joke, dude. He'll
Yeah.
die. Let's go. And he's like, no one's leaving.
Oh my
And he let
gosh.
me out. And I was like, I could have left, and I was just outside checking it out though. But it was just the timing was so cool that I got to step outside and see that happen. I was like, boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh, and I closed the two doors. I was like, boom. Yeah, it was fucking crazy, dude. Right in my face.
Power. That
Yeah, it was
power is
power.
so scary.
Yeah,
Like
that's why I started
like
getting
said,
chills thinking about it,
you can feel it.
Yeah.
I haven't been that close. I mean, we went to Bangs Lake one time, and one hit our house when we were building the second story, and it knocked the whole second story like off, the framing off. And like my mom called, you, are you guys okay? Did you see that? And we're like, see what? And they're like, something just hit our house. And like,
it's that localized,
water
dude.
flooded in our home, all summer and shit. But I remember then after that, I was out on the driveway, there in Wheeling, and something came through, and it wasn't even. It ripped a few like trees.
It was a micro burst.
Yeah, it was like a microburst, and I was in the driveway when it came through, and some of the trees on the block like just tilted back, and you could see all the roots underneath. No, big trees, all the roots. But I felt that power for a second. And I was like, I don't want to be around that.
That thing ripped off roofs and shit in Tahoe over by me, and in the neighborhoods all along there, like Lexington and all those fucking neighborhoods right there.
Yeah,
all those places, all those roofs, because they were older, units and facilities and stuff, and they're not built for that type of wind.
No,
Just peeled it back like a fucking. You could see
no,
right into their
man.
bedrooms and shit. It was crazy.
You can't. I can't mess with that shit, dude. That's
Yeah,
fucking fun.
the
I'm
weather.
gonna flip back, dude. That Strava app that you mentioned
Yeah,
before we
let's do
go.
that, and then I gotta bounce.
Yeah, and we got to
Hmm.
roll. But anyway, not too much about it, but it's really cool, guys,
It
girls. If
is,
you're checking
dude.
it out,
Here,
like,
real quick. I didn't know you've
yeah.
been on it since like the beginning of October.
Yeah, my buddy in Nebraska kept saying, "Dude, you got to get on Strava. You got to," and I think I just signed up, but I hadn't been using it because
It's so weird then that I
I never
mentioned it.
track it
I'm
because I
looking at your
track it
profile
like,
and I see all these runs and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
oh, no, 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 no. What you can do is I imported all of my workouts into it. So
How?
all the stuff I've been doing, I connect
On
it
the
to your health
watch?
app. Yeah, connect it to your health app, and
Yeah, okay, I did that.
then when I go into Strava, it says,
I
"Do you
didn't do
want to
that.
import all of these workouts?" And so I had
Oh
like a bunch of
wow,
workouts in there, and then I had to delete
dude,
some because some of them like were
this
like
is
two
pointless shit.
minute.
Yeah,
I don't
where
know
you hit
why I
it and you had
even
to do
record it,
something.
and I had to
Yeah,
do something or
something
whatever.
happened.
So I deleted a bunch of stuff. But yeah, you can import all your past stuff because I
Dude,
wanted to see if
Strava's
it would
dope, dude.
do the analysis for me and say like
It did.
what I've been doing. So it's really cool. But you turned me on to like there's all
So
those
cool,
challenges you can
dude. How
do.
dope is that?
That's fun. And then
Dude,
just
there's a ring
recording your
right at my
routes.
house here that's just legendary. Look through my profile. I've
Yeah.
done it. I've done the ring a
Oh,
bunch
I
of
didn't
times
see
on
you
the
do that
bike.
yet. Okay.
That's the one that Rachel would train on too. And then like I said, that's how I found out about Strava because there was dudes there, like like you said, in the professional fucking triathlon gear,
Yeah.
in these like $5,000 fucking bikes, trying to fucking run time trials on this loop.
Oh,
And I'm like,
that's
what the
cool.
fuck is going on with these guys? You know,
Yeah.
what's so special about this? You know, it's a cool loop. Yeah, I get it. But he's like, no, 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 we're running time trials on this thing called Strava. Strava. I was like, okay, you know, so I looked it up. He's like, yeah, here, this is how it works, blah, blah, blah. I was like, damn, dude. And I used it for a while from like 2014 to like
Really?
2016.
No
Then I
way.
stopped. Yeah, looking, you can see in my profile. That's where all my bike rides will be.
Okay.
It was mainly a bike riding thing for me then. And then I stopped using it from like 2016 to recently. And
Man, no, I'm
got
gonna have
back
to
in.
go dig in there. It's
Yeah.
cool. My brother lives in Maryland. My half brother Steve, and he's on
Yeah.
it, and so I get to see the rides he's doing, and I've kind of been like,
Yeah.
it's been a cool way for us to connect on it as well. But check it
It's
out
super
because
cool.
all of the little competitions. I just joined two triathlon groups and a
STRAVA.
marathon group on there. It's in
Awesome.
Arizona ones. I haven't
Yeah.
met anybody yet, but I already saw guys that are like, hey, anybody want to get together for a ride coming
There
up in
you
the next
go.
few weeks? And I want to meet people like
Dude,
that, you know?
that's how you get the tips. That's how you know what the gear to
That's
buy.
how you
That's
meet
how you know
people that are into shit
everything.
you're in. You already have that in common, and it's a healthy way to meet somebody. You're not meeting
Well,
them in a
dude, that's how
bar, you know?
that's why I joined a fishing club, bro. Wasn't
Yeah,
because of, you know, any other reason besides I was sick of fishing by myself and I wanted to get on a boat, you know?
yeah.
So I joined a fishing club. And that
Boats
was
and
the best move
hoes.
I could have ever made because A, you meet so many kick-ass people like you said. I got 50 new kick-ass friends because of that.
Yeah, fishermen are
And
cool.
I was part of so many. I was part of that fucking mountain home craziness I just told you, and that was a charity fishing tournament. I've been in like 20 charity fishing tournaments for, you know, kick-ass causes,
I'm
raising
doing this
money
for
and doing,
charity.
you know. But
Did you
I
win?
was.
Did you win?
I just did. Did I showed you the trophy
You
I
showed
just
me
had,
that
right?
big bass, but yeah.
Yeah, that was the last one. I have a couple more
How
floating
recent
around
was
somewhere.
that picture?
What?
The one you showed me that you're like, oh, I won that tournament. How recent was that?
This
That like,
past that trophy I held up
well,
the
no, that
episode
you
ago?
sent me a picture of you holding like a 6 or 7 pound bass, and I was like,
Oh,
dude,
was that the one when I was in the rain?
yeah,
That was last, not this past February, the February before.
all
So
right,
February of 2019.
yeah, that's
Yeah, and
cool,
that was in Alabama.
dude. Let's talk about fishing next time because I'll tell you, my dad, huge fisherman, had all the bells and whistles, and I've been fishing with a group of people, let's say 5 of us on a boat, where nobody caught anything but one guy. And he was like the fisherman. And I,
Mm-hmm.
kind of fancy myself as I know how to work a jig. I know how to do this. But
Nice.
he caught and nobody did. And I know it sometimes depends on where, but it's just like
It's,
that was like
dude,
the day that it was like I was taught that some people are just good at it. When I
it's
was
like
like,
a thing for
I just
sure.
don't. So I want you to tell me about that next time.
I will. I'd love to, man.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things of all time, and it's 100% not luck at
Yeah,
all.
I
It is
know. And that's what
100%
bothers
skill.
me.
Like there's like 0% luck
I
in that
can't wait
fucker.
for you to
Unless
tell
you're
me about
talking
it.
about two guys that are equally as good fishing against each other, yes, luck will come into play.
Fishing hole and that, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
Me versus Vaughn Capasso, luck ain't gonna do shit. He's
guy's
gonna
name's Vaughn
smoke me every
Capasso, for
fucking
God's
time.
sakes.
Yeah. Dude's gonna smoke me every time. So is his brother Chris.
I can't wait for you to shed light on that and like what that takes and like just interesting things like because there's gonna be so many little nuances I can't wait to hear. It's gonna be great.
It is a
Chartreuse spinner, baby.
class.
Just chartreuse spinner all day.
Dude, there's guys. You'll be at the. I'll tell you some more of these stories next time too. I got to bounce, but there'll be guys at the weigh-ins afterwards, and I'll be like, I didn't catch shit today, man. I blanked, and then the guy that wins every fucking tournament will go, next time he'll pull me aside. He'll be like, next time, pick up that drop shot and throw it till your fucking arm falls off. And I'll be like, really, dude? That's all you did the whole entire day? He's like, yeah, it sounds unsexy, but that's how I just fucking won this thing. I'm like, all right. So you learn these little tricks of the trade from these killers, and you really, what it comes down to is like the guys that have like the fancy shit with all the craziness and blah, blah, blah. Those guys suck dick. Okay. The guy that's got the jig and like I said, the plastic worm, that guy kills it every fucking tournament. And will win every fucking tournament because he's got it dialed into 2 presentations that he's mastered. You know what I mean?
That's like golf. Back in Nebraska, there were some good old boys, and these brothers, Deepmans, man, I love these kids, and they were both really good golfers, and they were all boozers, right?
Sure.
And these guys weren't flashy, and their swings sure as shit weren't flashy, and they didn't hit it nearly as far as I did, but they won all the time because they knew their swings and they knew how to play golf, man. Is get the ball in the hole. It doesn't matter how far you're hitting
inside
it. I mean,
their game.
Yes, it does matter how far, to some extent you're getting
you could use it to your advantage if you can.
Yeah, if you can.
It's
but
not
these guys are in the fairway and they're on the green and they're making putts and they're gamers. And it was so cool to see. That's when it was like, it doesn't matter what you're buying. You just know your game and know how to play it. And that's what this guy's doing. He's got a couple tricks and he mastered them. I can't wait to hear about some of that stuff. It's always that. I think that's how it is in anything. Just
it is.
You'll
don't
give up.
Like you said, you'll get crazy in the beginning, like your triathlon thing, right?
It's fun.
You'll get crazy.
Explore.
Yeah. You the wow factor. You're like, you want the lights, you want the magazines, you want the fucking books, you want the movies, you want the
and
YouTube
you gotta
videos.
Test it out to know what works.
Yeah, if it's for you.
If it's for you. Yeah.
Yes. And then what'll end up happening is you'll have all this information. You'll soak it all in. You'll get into it. You'll do it. You'll achieve things, and all of a sudden you'll realize that if I just really focus on running a 6-minute mile right now, that's all that I really need to do. I don't need to do any of this other bullshit, just 6-minute mile. If I can just focus on touching this dude's feet in front of me, that's all I need to do is just focus on touching this fucking dude's feet in front of me, and I can nail this swim in top 3 and come out of the water in the top 3. If I can just fucking practice like leaning a little forward, keeping my knees a little closer together, tightening my frame while I'm in my downhills, and pumping harder in my uphills, then I can actually, get really, close to the fucking leaders in the bike, and then I can win this motherfucker, or place in this motherfucker.
Yeah,
but you'll simplify each one of those things down to like one thing you need to do, and that's it.
I can't wait, man.
Yeah. But it's going to be a while before you get to that.
Yeah. You have to go through those phases. Yeah. I mean, well, according to this guy, I shouldn't be reading this thing for another 3 years.
There you go. Yeah. I didn't know how to fish for my first 10 years that I fished in that club. I had no clue what I was doing. Zero. I was just donating money to these guys, essentially.
Yeah.
I was paying for their gas. and I admitted it to myself right away. So then there was
You're paying to be there.
There was no like factor of like God damn it, I'm never gonna be as good as these guys. Man, I lost again. I suck. I had already said I'm not here to win. I'm here to learn. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to fucking have a great time with these people. And fishing is something that you can take, and you can do it no matter how old you are. You can do it if you're fucking paralyzed. You can do it if you're, like, no matter what your situation is, you can always do something like fish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can
always go up to the stupid pond up here where I know there's nothing, but we do it to do it. You know what I mean? We chase turtles.
Quiet shit. Slow shit down.
We work on pain casting, just so when we get in the chance, but it's totally right. And it's, for me, it's going to be about challenging just myself. There's Olympic marathon runners, Olympic swimmers in these things. It's not
100%.
you know what I mean?
Studs.
I just want to challenge myself and like that's what it's about.
Dude, those triathlon guys go to Spartan races. Like a lot of these triathlon guys
yeah.
are running those beasts. Like I'll be, like in a beast or something like that, and there'll be guys that fly past you like at mile 10, like they just started.
Just
and you're like, what?
Fresh legs.
Yeah. And I'm like crawling, like I can't feel my fucking face.
I'll tell you about some of the nutrition, which you probably know, but I just want to share it on the show that I'm learning.
Write it out. Give us some lists, give us some recipes or ideas of what to eat. Not even recipes, but just like chicken sandwich. Whatever.
It's crazier. Yeah, it's weird because I would think one thing, and then I'm seeing what they're doing, and it's a lot of supplemental stuff, but it's purposely geared for what you're doing, and there's times to eat.
Oh yeah, bro.
I mean, I can't wait. It's gonna be so fun. But well, thanks, dude. Always freaking awesome talking to you as well.
I love your electric vehicle hoodie.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I'm just gonna tell people that's what it is.
All right. I guess you're not a poser. I'll take it back.
No, I loved it. But you know what I don't like is the word sure. Don't ever reply with sure because it's non-committal and it's so bullshit. You're like, hey,
Joel.
Man, you want to? Sure, Joel. Mm-hmm. Like my mom will say that to me, sure. And I'm just like, no, don't say it.
You know why? Why I said I was short is because I was and I was short. It was because I was on the treadmill and I was texting you and I knew that I had to wrap this up before the fucking podcast because I wanted to close my rings in case this went long. And I was like, I gotta fucking wrap this up in like a minute. And you're like, hey, let's do this. I'm like, sure. And you're like, hey, motherfucker, don't ever say sure to me again or something. I'm like, sure. I didn't know how to answer. I was like, sure.
That was great. No, let me say the poser thing real quick. So on Strava, people, your friends will do a run, it'll post, and then you'll go in there and give them a like, and you say, hey, great job, or whatever. My buddy Mitch was like, hey, dude, nice work. And then underneath you put poser. And I was like, poser, you asshole. And you're like, yeah, but guess what? Next time you run in that thing, you'll think of Jones saying poser and you'll be like busting your ass. And I was like, you are right. I will think that.
I'll show him poser. I'm gonna fucking start digging, and then you'll text me, hey, poser, huh, asshole?
Poser,
some like fucking first place medal for that section.
Right. And do that with your friends, man. Just give them a hard time because it's fun.
Yeah, I'm not really a dick.
Well,
not to you, but I mean like not to you, but I mean like you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I knew exactly where you was great.
It was awesome. And that guy Mike was probably like, this dude's a total dick.
I'll see him when I'm in the
yeah. Just say something to him too, to see what he says. Hey, what do you think about that guy? Fucking call me a poser.
Jones, yeah. Dick.
He'll be like, it sounds like a Jones. But dude, let's do this again for sure.
You got it, brother. Next week.
Go train, go kick some ass, give me some tips, write down some nutrition, and then we will chat in 1 week from today.